A800D series. The A800 is going to be the replacement for our very old buddy, the A700, that's been on the market for a long time. It will remain, the A700 will remain on the market for a little while, but the A800 will be taking back this section of mixer amp. So the new 800 have new and additional features. We do have the same type of inputs like we have on the 700 series, though now we have two 900 series module slots. Formerly, we had only one, which is going to give you even more flexibility with the two module slot and may be to plug in a wireless microphone module like our WTU, or also
Mike Messina, Seaberg Music, and AdTel
has joined the meeting.
Or also put a SIP module in there, or whatever 900 series. The power lineup is a little bit different too. Those guys will be available in 120, 240, and 480 watt. It's assignable to networks, so basically you can control them from a browser and monitor them also. And one of the great features, I believe, compared to the 700 is that we have onboard DSP. So it's going to give you more flexibility to tune up your room, more control over the audio, and a better audio quality as well, depending on the application you're working with. Yeah, obviously, being assignable up to IP is going to give you also the opportunity to better serve your customer, to help them to service their equipment. And as we can see, well, it's going to save you money on flight tickets. Just a joke, but obviously it's going to give you remote access to the equipment through an internet. Since it's IP also, you can control the machine from a web browser, as I've mentioned. There is also the ability to put an AT10K, so a 10K pot remote volume controller on the master of that amp as well. And the IP protocol is also open to make some special integration with the 800 series. So, diagram of a simple example of application for the A800. We have a couple of inputs in there, might it be microphones and telephone paging. And as far as we're showing different zones, it's not a matrix. It's only one output of that machine, but it could give you the ability to connect to a larger power amp and to boost up some larger section, as we're demonstrating with the DA550F and a bunch of other speakers connected to that guy. And directly we have outputs of the PC1860s above on this diagram. So again, this can be connected to most of our equipment, and will give you the ability to have some DSP in order to manage a little bit better the speakers. Here the example with our VM3000 and the A848D is used as a power amp for some PE304WU for emergency announcement. like the 700 series and like most of our app, it's going to give you the ability to set up some priority inputs for emergency paging also. Other example also for the 800D, we have here some store or retail chain, and as we can see, an operator can access the 800s in order to control the volume, open up or change a music source in those stores. So this is a possibility also for retail chain application. And we're presenting now the new window intercom system, which is the NXC65. So though nowadays we're living with the COVID situation, we're seeing more and more older type of installation of information desk and customer service desk at the entrance of building with a window, plexiglass, etc. So obviously, this is limiting the communication between two people. So here is our window intercom kit. It's comprised of obviously a master station and the substation for the communication. So we do have features as full duplex high definition sound, obviously two-way communication. We have DSP in this little guide also for better audio quality, the capability of tuning out the ambient noise to have better intelligibility, and ability also to adjust the sound volume in regards of the environment background noise. This is using a duplex Class D amplifier for both speakers and duplex communication. Benefits of that, well, in those coronavirus situation, it is giving you the ability to keep the communication clear and loud between staff and customer, even between a window. So it's leaving us also customers with less stress in regards of the coronavirus situation, giving a very good, intelligible communication, and they really look good. They're nice, more contemporary design, and those guys are networkable also for control and recording. As we can see, we have the capability of monitoring the systems from the network, as well as, unfortunately, because of the type of presentation here, we're supposed to have two slides, and the other one would show the recording parameters of the window intercom kit. So directly from the network, you can record also all the conversation that are passing on the NXC65. And typical diagram of the installation of the window intercom. So basically, a simple PS4 cable will give you the ability to connect all of the necessary components in order to have the system work. So as you can see, it is connecting to a switch and to a PC for recording and monitoring purpose or setting purpose as well. You can record from a DVR, and the other communication cables are used to demonstrate that. And now we're with the new TS 820 and 920 infrared conference system. Those are also fairly new systems that we have. It's replacing the 800 and the 900 legacy series. The design has been totally revamped, and since we have them, it's extremely popular. We have many sales across the country for the new version of those infrared wireless microphones. So just as before, we have the ability to connect up to 192 conference units, so might it be some president or delegate microphone stations. With the 920, we do have also voting capabilities and 2 channels for translation as well, going up at the same time. Both of them, the 820 and the 920, use infrared for transmission of the audio signal. And new on those systems, we have built-in audio capabilities as well. It's built-in, or also you can have a USB output in order to record the conference. External control is also possible. The benefits, voting, as we've mentioned, and the voting is, as before, with 3 choice of voting. Obviously, the master unit is going to show up the results of the vote, and there is also a software available for this conference system, and the monitoring of the votes can be done from the software as well. We'll see that a little bit further down. So it's giving you the ability to get the results instantly. And obviously, the conference system is a very good guide in order to make the conference more efficient. As mentioned, there is a custom software that is going to give the ability to control the conference with a technician. So open up the microphone for each of the participants or close them. Also monitor the voting and initiate the voting directly from the software. And since it's monitoring, it's also helping to troubleshoot problems as they arise. So typical diagram of our TS 820 system. Those who are familiar with the legacy models, it's extremely similar. It's just that we have added some features on the conference system, but the distribution with the infrared works exactly the same. Actually, we're still using the same infrared receivers, the 905 or the 907s, and we still have those little distributors depending on the numbers of infrared receiver transmitter that we're using. And the central unit is still giving the ability to connect directly to the central unit for infrared receivers. Something that you might find interesting also, and we see that from the custom software, now we're also having the ability to control a video conference camera, a PTZ video conferencing camera. Okay, well, we'll continue up then with our new Trantec S2.4 digital wireless system. Those have been released also this year, and they are extremely popular also at this time. They are really at a great price for the quality of system that we're proposing. So it's digital, and we have 16 selectable channels We do have single and dual receiver systems. We're using the 2.4 gigahertz digital audio frequency for this. There is automatic filtering and radio interference filtering also from those devices. And they are definitely an extremely good bang for the buck. So our kits are available differently, as we can see with the S2.4 RX1, which is one channel, or the RX2, which is a two-channel receiver system. And we have both analog and belt pack transmitter. We're still using one single AA battery for those guys, and we're expecting 8 to 10 hours of life on those systems. Now, powered horn speakers. This guy is available now in Canada for about, I would say about a year. And it's a very popular device. Actually, this SC horns is using a Class D 20-watt hour amp. We have switchable gain in there of 8, 16, 24, 32 dB. We still have the same sensitivity as our SC horns with 113 dB at 1 watt, 1 meter. Good frequency response also of 250 to 10,000 hertz. We have an internal volume control in order to allow on-site easy adjustments. One of the biggest application of those powered horn is integration to CCTV system with most of the CCTV that has an audio. It is waterproof, obviously, like all of our speaker horn. So, example of application, as mentioned, we see top right the integration to CCTV camera. So, using the audio out of the camera, the security guards have the ability to talk to the people also that are in the facility, and they can install them easily just about anywhere. SP11N. This one is a little bit older, but we have added this year the SP11N RB. So basically, it's a chassis in order to mount an SP11N SIP module. We have a lot of success with our SIP module, but it's limited to, at this time, just the module is limited to our amps. With the 900 module slot or the 9000 matrix, digital matrix amplifier. So with the now the NRB, the interface chassis, we have the ability to use the SP11N with existing amplifiers or directly with power amp. Let's say like our DA series, the 250 or the 500 watts if you need a lot of power for your system. The SIP module, the SP11M, has a lot of feature and obviously is very popular with more and more VoIP telephony deployed everywhere in the market. And this is compatible with the largest VoIP platform, the Cisco Unified Culminator, so the CUCM. Typical example of the SIP module. So as we can see over here, the SIP is just connecting to the network and going back to the SIP server in order to react with other SIP device. A small accessory here, but something that is very popular, as we have it also available for the F-series ceiling speaker. We have now a trim ring that is available for the PC1860 or our legacy PC1869. So basically, this trim ring is giving you the ability to do retrofit on existing old for a larger speaker, just like our PC580 RU. So if you want to change conventional speaker and move to a PC1860, you can use this trim ring in the existing old of your old speaker in order to retrofit our newer speaker. And as we can see on the picture, it does a good job. It's aesthetically really acceptable and very nice. The new PP001T. What is it exactly? It's a muzzle that we have come out with because we're using a lot for, especially in the school market, in gymnasium, our digital mixer, the M864D, because it gives a lot of flexibility for this type of installation. And one of the problems that TOA had in the past with this device is that we didn't have any priority input in order to give priority to emergency paging coming from external source, like Intercom system or other paging systems of the school or the college. So the PP001T is basically only a muzzle that we're going to use in order to connect other paging source to the M864D and give a priority to this input on our mixer, the M864D. So we've got a little diagram here. As we can see, the mixer, the M864, is connected to a couple of microphone and wireless microphone. We can see that the iPad application is controlling the M864, and the PP001T is going to one of the inputs in order to give a priority signal to the mixer. The WTU M9800. This also, since it's out, it's a real success. So basically, it's a wireless receiver for microphone from out of our 5000 series that you can stick up in basically all of the amplifiers that receive our 900 series modules. So maybe the BGMs, the 700 series, our new A800 series, the 900 series, or the 9000 series as well. So basically just exactly the same thing as the 5000. So it's giving you also the ability to use our 5000 series handheld microphone or belt packs with the recharging features of those microphones, which is very appreciated also with a space-saving wireless microphone. And it's extremely easy when you have a 900 or 9000 or a BGM to just add a wireless microphone to your system with the WTU M9800. Now the UC4SC615, a little bit like the previous power door that we've seen. This one is using this SC615 body, and we have basically add up Class D amp and a SIP interface to the device, which is great. of the UC 4SC615. It supports, obviously, it's SIP, but also the ONVIF protocol of the CCTV and the security industry. So it's easy to integrate to a VMS software. You have two-way communication in this scenario because you also have microphones on the horn, so you can have bidirectional communication with the SIP horn. And you can do also some paging and message distribution. As you can see, there is a USB port also in there and some control output and inputs. So basically, you can add up a contact closure to this device to make it a SIP intercom, the two-way intercom if you want, or to also initiate other external equipment on an emergency. Let's say you want to page and at the same time initiate a strobe. It's very possible. And you have also internal memory, and you can broadcast some automatically some emergency messages with the UC 4SC615. So diagram of the system here. So we can see that the network horn is connected in this scenario to a VMS. It could be directly a SIP server that is there. We can also see at the bottom left that we have our video SIP intercom there, so it can work all together. Those devices, as far as they are using all the SIP protocol. Our new ceiling subwoofer, the FB3862. This has been launched a little bit more than a year ago, and extremely popular, obviously, for all background music application, even foreground music application, when especially some ceiling speakers are used. So it's a 70-volt speaker, but we do have an 8-ohm bypass on it. The driver is using an 8-inch speaker. There is obviously a bandpass filter in order to eliminate the high frequency out of this subwoofer. So it's very good product, extremely well priced. Very, very soon we'll have also a back box available for pendant application or open ceiling application. So definitely, I believe that everybody understands the benefits of subwoofers in a background music application. It really enhances the quality of the sound and the quality of the experience by giving the complete sonic spectrum to your system. And with that, it brings up a lot of warmth to your musicality of the system, and it's great for restaurants, stores, any application, especially when you have music content, or even for a conference room, for a PowerPoint presentation or video presentation in meeting and boardroom.